This is the time to travel. Every baby boomer can feel the urge. It's time to get up and go and visit the world. Waiting in the wings with all the right advice, experience and know-how about travel is Gerard Murphy from Voyage.
Gerard Murphy.
Mr. Smith. How are
Our
you?
land with sunshine, wonderful destinations.
Sunshine on my shoulders.
Exotic destinations, our travel land.
That's
Cruises
me.
and travel. Bon Voyage. Welcome, Gerard.
Thank you.
And what has been happening in your week, Gerard? Give us some gossip.
Well, I've been perplexed.
Perplexed?
I'm seriously troubled as to what should be more significant in my life. The discovery of the Higgs boson particle,
Oh, this is very important.
or the boxing match between Matthew Ridge's daughter and that other bird. They were two major news stories. Neither was going to affect me in any way, but I kept seeing it and hearing about it.
All jokes aside, Gerard, can we just... I love this quantum mechanics.
Do you? It's the trouble with the internet, people. Everyone is getting interested in things they shouldn't be.
Well, let's get interested in travel. Cruises. What's happening this week, Gerard?
Of course we've got some wonderful cruises for you and some wonderful
Flash new
ships.
brochure there. Can I have a look at that, Gerard?
You can, of course.
It's MSC Cruises.
We've talked about MSC before, and this is the cruise line that started out of a family-owned container shipping company in Italy, and they decided some time ago they wanted to get into cruising, bought a few older ships, and since then they've built 11 of their own. The one that's launched just a few weeks ago, the MSC Divina, launched by Sophia Loren. They always have Sophia Loren. She's a personal friend of the family.
And she's
the godmother of the ship. She doesn't look 78.
She doesn't look 78. Wonderful. She looks still beautiful, doesn't she?
And so often at their launches, there'll always be Sophia Loren, and often they'll have entertainers like Andrea Bocelli and people like that. And of course, when you're in Italy and mixing in those circles, you can dial these people up for your ship launch. Yeah. So the newest ship, the MSC Divina, is the third in this series of ships, and they are beautiful. It's all the best of Italian design, but the cruises are very, very competitive, so it's all the best of Kiwi pricing.
Great.
But one of the things that's different about these ships, these three new ones, is they have what they call a ship within a ship. So I suppose the easiest way to understand it is, if you remember on the Titanic, there were three classes,
yes.
where the Irish were down the bottom, and a second class, and then four, I think, the Titanic had. This is perhaps a new interpretation of what used to be first class. So this is called the MSC Yacht Club.
Instead of saying first class, it's the MSC
Yacht Club, and it's different from the minute you step on the wharf. When you arrive, it has a separate check-in facility. There'll be someone down there to take your bags off you, walk you right through the check-in procedure, the boarding procedure, and you go up in a separate elevator to your private area of the ship.
Wow, you go up on a separate elevator. This is first class. This is
the Yacht Club, which is...
Wow.
This is travelling first class.
You'd feel pretty special, wouldn't you?
And for New Zealanders, or for anyone, but for New Zealanders it's not first class money. We'll get to the deal shortly.
Now that book, or the brochure I should say, it's full of wonderful cruises. Have you chosen one or two?
Funny you should say two cruises, because I've got two.
You've got two, okay.
But I've combined them.
Number one.
I've combined them for you. Now, as we've talked about, the Yacht Club is an all-suite arrangement, so there's no little cabins, this is suites. So I've called this the Bon Voyage Cruises and Travel Suite As combo. You like that?
I love
S-U-I-T-E, notice?
S-U-I-T-E, Suite As.
Suite As combo. So what we're doing...
I'll write it down.
MSC have a lot of their Mediterranean cruises of 1 week because it suits people's holidays in Europe and worldwide.
So 7 nights.
But what we've done is we've combined 2 7-night cruises. So this is a combo. So the first one is on the MSC Divina, which is the new one just launched, and that does 7 nights from Venice down to Bari, to Izmir, Istanbul, Katakolan and Dubrovnik in Croatia, back into Venice. So it's a nice little Eastern Mediterranean cruise of 7 nights. Into Venice, you are met, of course you're looked after by your butler. Your butler will arrange this for you. He'll take you down off the ship. There are private charter coaches which will then take you on a bit of a drive across Italy to Genoa. So you're literally going from one side of the boot to the other, another major port, and waiting for you in Genoa will be the MSC Splendida, which is the sister ship of the Divina. So this is a
And it's brand new, isn't it?
newish. It's a year or two old, so I think this was the first of the
Splendida.
Then you'll go back into your yacht club. You'll be familiar with how it all works. Well, you will have a different suite. It might be in a different position on the ship. So these two cruises combined, so it's 14 nights with your transfer between Venice and Genoa. So what you're doing is purchasing a Category 12 suite, and we're giving you the upgrade to the yacht club as part of this deal. The two cruises, so 14 nights in total.
And the bus trip.
And the bus trip. 5948.
That's exceptional. 5948.
And if you need to allow probably $2,500, depending what date you're leaving, but about
to get you there.
2.5, 2.7 to get you from here to Venice. One thing I want to stress is in the MSC Yacht Club, it's not just an older age group, a particular type of people. At these prices, you can afford to travel first class, regardless of whether you're a superannuitant like Gerard or the wealthiest of New Zealanders.
Now, tell me, how do we make a booking for this wonderful trip?
That's at 8A Cleveland Road.
8A Cleveland Road. That's for the cup of coffee. If you actually physically visit Bon Voyage.
We'll give you a coffee or a tea.
But from anywhere throughout this wonderful country called New Zealand, you can dial with your phone 0800
266 869
869 and talk to Gerard or to Jill.
Or anyone.
Or anyone on the team. And of course there is a website. So simple, isn't it? It's
bonvoyage.co.nz.
.co.nz.
You only need two words, Bon Voyage. That's the phone number, the website, the sign on outside the office. Easy.
Well, Gerard, as you leave these studios, all I can say is Bon Voyage.
Thank you.
Have a great trip from the studio back to Bon Voyage, where you actually tell everybody about these wonderful cruises.
And look after your particles.
Thank you, Gerard.